Hello, beautiful divine souls. How are you? I was inspired to come on and do this video. Um, I've been receiving a lot of, spiritual inspirations or just messages or downloads, and I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I just get these inspirations where I just have to either write something down or record it or do a video. And so the other day I was sitting down and I just all of a sudden had this, I guess a poem would be the best way to describe it, because I used to write poetry when I was younger, and I'm kind of starting to open myself back up to it again. It's sort of a creative way of processing information and receiving information. And so I sat down the other day and I just started writing. It all just kind of came out and it flowed. And I thought, wow, this is something that I feel is really worth sharing. So this is my poem that I wrote. I'll just show it to you here. And I'm going to read it to you today. And the poem is entitled Fear. So here goes. Fear, a weapon so powerful and destructive, it affects every human being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Fear is created through psychological manipulation and trauma. Fear keeps people stuck in a lower vibration. Fear distorts perception of reality. Fear creates compliancy and enslavement. Fear prevents personal growth and evolution. Fear rewires the brain and blocks critical thinking and logic. Fear leads to mental health issues such as anxiety and stress. Fear suppresses the immune system, causing illness and disease. Fear blocks intuition and cuts off connection to God's source. Fear creates victim mentality and gives personal power away. Fear left unhealed will lead to more cycles and trauma loops. Fear prevents living life to the fullest. It is no coincidence that everything you see and hear on the mainstream media is all fear-based. It is no coincidence that everything you are told by your government and by your politicians is a narrative based on wars, diseases, and economic scarcity, because these three things create the most amount of fear. It's all by design, perfectly planned and orchestrated, a plan so great it has been used for thousands of years to enslave the human race. But what if you knew that fear was just an illusion? With every bad, there is also a good. The good is the awakening of consciousness. Once you have the realization that fear is simply false evidence appearing real, you will break the program of fear. You will see that it has all just been an illusion, and you can free yourself from this mind control program once and for all. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's very powerful, and I really think it depicts a lot of what the collective is going through right now, because the main vibration that is being felt by the collective is fear. And fear is a very dense, low vibration. But much like I said in my poem, is that if you allow fear in, it controls every aspect of your life. And you may or may not be consciously aware of this, but it happens. It's happening. It has been happening. It's going to continue to happen as long as you allow fear to enter into your life and into your energy. And the number one way that fear enters your energy is by turning on the news. The news is the most powerful, potent means of spreading this vibration far and wide. It is a tool that has been used to spread this vibration of fear all over. So just something to ponder, something to maybe inner reflect. And if this poem resonated with you, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like my video and maybe share it with others. And if this poem didn't resonate with you, that's totally okay, because we're all different and we all have different ways, different creative ways of expressing ourselves. And, I've been going back to writing, and it's quite nice to touch back with that part of myself, to be able to express myself through writing and through speaking, because for me, communication is so important. It's so important to communicate and express yourself. And I really wish that more people would find that freedom and that confidence and courage within themselves to express themselves, their true, authentic self. Put yourselves out there. Work through the fear of judgment from others. Work through the fear that you're not good enough. Work through the fear that you're not worth it. You see, fear controls everything. And I worked through some really big fears 2 years ago so that I could get to a place where I was able to do my very first YouTube video. And once you work through that fear, you no longer fear it. It's a very powerful thing. So it's no coincidence that they have been using fear as a weapon. But when you can see it for what it is, it no longer controls you. Anyways, I love you all. I wish you all love and light. Mwah. Until the next time.